Hello fellow Star citizens, this is Starus again. Welcome back to my channel. It's that time of year when we celebrate Luminalia. There's quite a bit going on as part of the festive celebrations. There are discounted starter packs, as well as a special advent calendar where we'll be getting gifts over the next 12 days starting from the 11th of December. And there's also a special mission entitled Spirit of Giving, where we are supposed to look for hidden gift boxes around every landing zone and in loot containers all across Stanton. And we can collect these boxes and sell them at various trading kiosks for extra AUEC. There's also a special referral bonus where those of us who manage to get referrals during this period will be able to get ourselves a MPUV cargo hauler. On top of that, there are special delivery missions where we pick up packages and deliver them to recipients all over Stanton. This is exactly what I'm doing right now, and I thought what better ship than to do it in the Banu Defender. For those who are not aware, the Luminalia is a holiday celebration celebrated by both the Banu and the humans annually on December the 22nd. It started off as a Banu festival, which in English is called the Glow Festival, and is marked by the lighting of ceremonial lamps that stay lit until their fuel is consumed, which takes about 2 standard Earth days. While the lamps are burning, all Banu, no matter where they are considered one solely. They invite friends, business associates, and passing strangers into their solis and give them gifts so that they will always have something to sell. All attendees are expected to provide food, drinks, and all party favors in return. And if they can't, the host will often have those items available for sale. Humans apparently picked up the tradition starting from the Davian system shortly after the Banu-Human Interstellar Peace and Trade Accord in 2438. When a repair soli on Setulus or Davian II lit their lamps and invited humans to come and celebrate with them. The festival hence then spread from system to system as humans in the commercial workshops or trading ships used the festival to boost sales. Private events for family, friends, and extended families inspired by these profitable galas became common enough that the United Empire of Earth officially recognized Luminalia as a holiday in 2557. Interestingly, Banu began to light their lamps at the same time as humans as a symbol of friendship and a way to enjoy an increase in business. As the holiday grew in popularity, human merchants modified the traditional gift sharing by hiding empty gift wrap packages that could be returned unopened in exchange for a surprise like a few credits or a small toy. The increased foot traffic into their stores increased holiday sales and became a tradition in its own right. Today, Banu and human commemorate Luminalia with gift exchanges, present hunts, glowing lights, gatherings of family, friends, business associates, and acquaintances over food and drinks, with limited time discounts and decorations in green and red. What you just heard back there was the Galactopedia entry on Luminalia from RSI's Star Citizen website. Alright, now that I've picked up my third and final box, I'm going to load it up into the Banu Defender and I'm going to start delivering these gifts. I'm not sure if Chris Roberts and the rest of the CIG team are aware of the irony, but what they painted as Luminalia and its parallels to Christmas and what the company itself is doing gives some ground for criticism. Sure, they have delivered over 100 playable ships, including the Banu Defender that I am flying right now, but I do agree with all the other content creators out there that the launch of the new RSI Galaxy, another large ship, left a sour note among many backers. There is a huge backlog of large ships that are still in conceptual stage, and I understand that many of these concept ships were thought of at a time before a lot of the technologies and features that Star Citizen has or needs to have yet to be put in place. That said, the resources devoted to creating a new ship, including its grey box and white box designs that we were shown, could have been better put to other users. But let us not taint 2022 with just this one episode. I think having been a backer of Star Citizen since 2014, I've actually seen it make tremendous progress over the last 10 years. I know that the game was first thought of in 2022 and it's been 10 years and we're still not near an alpha, but I feel I can sense that there is an acceleration of progress in the last year or so, and I'm anxiously awaiting the launch of Alpha 3.18, where persistent entity streaming and the salvage gameplay loop will be launched. On that note, while I'm delivering boxes to their recipients, I have to say that at this time, the 9th of December, 3.18 is still being tested by the Evocati group, and there's still no news for a PTU Wave 1 launch at this time. The only issue with that is that the crew at CIG are going for the year-end break, which they deserve, at around the 16th of December, and there's actually hardly any time for a Wave 1 PTU now. And the last thing I want is for 3.8 to launch and with no one around to help fix the inevitable bugs that will come with every new patch. And we'll be left with what is essentially an unplayable game for about 2 or 3 weeks until work starts again in January. So while there's some discounts and some slight new content coming from Luminalia, I do hope that CIG comes out openly. I know they have restated recently in a couple of their outreach events that they are still committed to 3.18's launch, but surely this commitment needs to be actually backed by action. So a lot of how players would judge CIG's performance in 2022 will really depend on how well 3.18 is launched. If what we are led to believe in the Evocati group, from the Evocati group, is true, that there are many bug fixes and that the patch is essentially playable, then all's well and good. But having some basic IT knowledge and having worked with a lot of IT people over the last 20 or 30 years of my working life, I know that this is a tall order. That said, I know many players are just simply waiting for the new patch to roll out, because everyone knows that everything will be wiped. So all the achievements you've made in your reputation, the in-game currency that you've built up, all the ships that you have bought, since the last patch will all be wiped. So there's just very little incentive to play the game. And even this Luminalia event, where we go around hunting for boxes and completing and turning them in for small amounts of cash and gifts, it doesn't make sense because whatever you do will still be wiped. So there's just no bloody point in playing the game at all between now and 3.8. But coming back to the point about this being Luminalia, I guess it's really a time to reflect on the year that has gone by. And yes, as I had mentioned, a lot has been done. Since I became really active again, or fully active since May this year. Actually, I think it was right before the IEE event in May. I saw tremendous progress. The Scorpius was launched, we had the Mune, we had the Spirit series of ships, and of course we had the infamous Cutter and the Corsair and the RSI Galaxy. So a number of new ships have been launched, and some of the latest ones like the Corsair are actually very polished. And if this is an indication of the quality of the ships that we'll be getting hands off, then I'm actually very glad that this is the direction that CIG is taking. But there's only so much we can do flying around in nice ships, viewing nice scenery as you have seen, while I'm trying to deliver the gifts. I am also one of those players that am actually supportive of Squadron 42. I think Squadron 42 will allow CIG a slightly different revenue model, take some pressure off its revenue, the need to generate revenue to continue to survive. But and that a lot of the content produced for Squadron 42 can actually be reused for Star Citizen. But that said, I know that the community has very strong views about this. I may not share such strong views, but I am holding CIG to its roadmap. So fingers crossed, PS will go really well, and we will have a good year end, a couple more weeks of playing Star Citizen, and for many of us to review the in-game cash so that we can do the activities that we really would like to do with our friends in the game. Alright, I'm finally near the last Kovalex drop-off point. I actually sped up most of this video because I really don't want you to hear me rant for too long, but I thought I'd just share some of my thoughts before the patch comes. You see that rubber banding? I really have to get off this server. I think it's gonna do a 30k soon. Anyway, I hope that 3.18 comes before everyone goes on a break. And as the long year comes to a close, I hope everybody is able to get into the festive mood. Once again, this is Starus, signing out.